Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to another week, another edition here of the Sparkling Tuna Cup, week number 95, your weekly dose of Tuna Cup action. I'm, of course, your live VIP, with man joined by these amazing players, by the people in chat, and by my plushies as well. Welcome, welcome, one and all, to your weekly open tournaments. Again, this is funded by the people, for the people, exclamation mark, Patreon in the chat, if you wish to help fund this tournament, as otherwise we're jumping into our first round of the night. Exclamation mark B in the chat, exclamation mark B to have a look at the bracket yourselves. The bracket is live, the bracket is stacked, and we have our first series. It is going to be a PvP between LunaSea and Sigge. Let's go. Let us go. Players just getting ready, Vitos are done, we're jumping to game one. It's going to be on Maganatha. Again, check out the bracket here. We will be going over the bracket after this series. We have our initial best of 3, and this is a round of 32 match. The bracket is stacked. The bracket, once again, filled with amazing players from all around the world, from South Korea, of course, from Asia, from Europa as well, all facing off in our bracket. Let's go, Michael, let's go. Also, I just woke up. I just woke up, papi. As you can imagine, we just wrapped up with the Brazilian StarCraft 2 circuit this morning. We had a 12-hour cast, or like 11 hours. It was an 11-hour cast this morning. We casted EWC Global Qualifier right into the Brazilian StarCraft 2 circuit. It was basically 2 6-hour casts put together. So around, I think it was just under 12 hours, or around 12 hours. It was very intense, and oh boy, right afterwards I went straight to bed. I'm awake 6 hours later, and we're here with some more StarCraft. We're gonna do it all again, because once again we have a back-to-back broadcast. We have Sparkling Tuna Cup right into our next event, right into EWC Global Qualifier day number 2. And this morning in the top left-hand corner of Maganatha, we have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the Teal Protoss representing among Etsy2 people. It is LunaSea. Oh. There we go. Well done. Beautiful. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the Swedish Protoss player. We have the Red Protoss, and up-and-comer, it is Sigge. Or Siege. And of course, welcome on all. If you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we jump into our PvP. Also, as we get into this, a big shout in the chat as well to Slow Joe. Thank you so much for subscribing for 10 months. Oh my god, that's a lot of months. It's almost a year support. Thank you so much for subscribing. Hope you enjoy the content, hope you enjoy the StarCraft, hope you enjoy the casting here on the Cranky Ducklings. Look at the tuna, beautiful. Likewise, also a big shout out as well to Kashim. Oh my god, Shema papi Shema. Dziękuję, or Jenki. So big shout out to Kashim, as Kashim, he does subscribe for 21 months as well. Thank you, papi, thank you. Kashim, of course, a pillar of the StarCraft 2 scene, of the StarCraft 2 community. Thank you so much here. Much love, papi, much love. And so here we go, as we are going to be settling into our game, as we're going to be settling into our series. So far, 2-gate opener here at LunaSea. Likewise, we have a Gate Cyber Expand greedy build at a Sigge. Oh my god. Much more greedy here, much more economic. The natural base is almost done, by the way. The Nexus is almost complete. Meanwhile, LunaSea has yet to throw his down. So a massive economic lead here for Sigge. The pressure is now going to be on LunaSea to punish in some way. And how do we do so? Double Adept opener. Now, LunaSea did have the option to go for a proxy, to go for a pylon across the map. He did scout across the map, did confirm the economic opener of his opponent, but LunaSea has opted not to go for the proxy, is being aggressive, is moving out with adepts, but we'll see what he can get done, because the pressure is on LunaSea. Pressure is on. PvP can't wait for 3-gate or 2-gate Robo. I mean, there's a lot more variety when it comes to our PvPs, of course. Speaking of, we do have our Robo on the way, so we do have a faster Robo here at LunaSea. Likewise, we have, I would say, a very safe build here by Sigge. So it was a Gate Cyber Nexus into Robo here, much more safer. This is designed to defend against a one-base all-in, basically. So if Sigge was being proxied, if there was a one-base all-in, this would, in a way, hard counter that. We know there is no all-in, and Sigge, he has yet to confirm the expansion, so he doesn't know. So right now he's scouting, he's checking, trying to figure out how aggressive LunaSea is being across the map. Meanwhile, just making as many immortals as he can early on. So again, just really safe play here out of Sigge. You could argue needlessly safe, as we are aware, but Sigge will soon confirm. as Depsa do keep shading in towards that main. Sigge trying to keep up. So far is behind this, going for the Prism, by the way. LunaSea, okay. With this initial robo, he could have gone for earlier Immortal production, but he's going for the Prism. And again, this should be for economic damage. And once again, just to re-emphasize, the pressure is on LunaSea to get some counter damage done, to get into the bases, to get into the mineral line, to get some damage, just because he's still behind economically. Well, he has been for quite some time, well, since the start of the game. Meanwhile, as we get into this, a big shout out to Phasor in the chat. God, thank you so much for subscribing as well for 20 months. Oh my god, Esther Phasor, thank you. Do appreciate the support. Hope you enjoyed the content, hope you enjoyed the casting, hope you enjoyed the StarCraft, as both of them do go down. Does get 2 probe kills, not bad. So with that, LunaSea does finally take a bit of an economic edge of his opponents. But remember, Sigge has been building up these immortals over time, and soon he can turn this defense into an offense. Oh boy. Twilight Council not going to be on the way. Third Immortal has arrived. Meanwhile, Prism into the main. We have sentries. Oh, and the goal here to dive into the mineral line, to force field the mineral line, and to focus down as many probes as possible, locking them in and not letting them escape. Sigge is in position to expand and take a third base, but Sigge is out of position to defend his bases. And here comes a Prism. Here comes a drop. Here we go. And again, with this, we can force field the mineral line. And there it is. That means that probes, they cannot run away. And probes are being focused down. So far, getting one, getting 2. Nothing too major. That shield by putting in a lot of work, and she overcharged as well. So nice defense here by Sigge. It did have the wherewithal to have the shield battery in the mineral line. Does defend. We had this 2-base all in. Oh my god. Yeah, 2-base all in here out of LunaSea, going for Glaive Adept. So he's going for a mass gateway into Glaive Adepts into Glaive Immortal. It's a very popular, very trendy kind of all in off of a robo opener, off of 2 bases. This is gonna hit like a truck. And remember, Sigge is expanding. Sigge is taking another base, taking another expansion. Aye. And we'll see if Sigge can hold on. Twitch Prime is not a crime. Have a nice day. Oh, thank you, Phasor. Thank you. Block the Rib. It has been more trendy as of late. If you've been watching, we've actually seen it quite a lot over the past couple of weeks. I want to say that Hero started it, and since then we've seen players pick it up. But going for the sentry drop specifically into the mineral line to catch out and force field and lock down probe kills. If there wasn't a shield battery here, that could have done a lot. That could have gone like what, 8 probe kills. Like that would have gone out of hand. But the shield battery does maintain everything here. Does maintain the mineral line. Likewise, LunaSea did save all the sentries. True, all the sentries were saved, and now it's go time. Now the all-in is upon us. How many gateways? I believe 8? 7. 7-gate 2-base all-in here for LunaSea, massing up all the Adepts. And the Adepts are built to tank. The Immortals, they're built to deal damage. So we have 3 Immortals here for LunaSea. But bearing in mind, the Immortal count is also quite high for Sigge. True. Does have a high Immortal count, so the army's rotating over and not quite in position. LunaSea is up 20 arm supply, I should say. Decent force fields, zoning away the Immortals, nicely done. But the army here in favor of LunaSea, it does start to step in, takes out the first Adept, takes down the Stalker. Likewise, he does beat out one of his own Immortals, but yeah, he's breaking through. Again, these Adepts just tank so many Immortal shots. Again, the Adepts do a great job just tanking, soaking damage, catching out another Immortal almost, does slip away, oh my god. Does barely slip away. Again, Sigge handling this quite nicely here, just making use of what little he has, but it's still quite little here. Like, he's still getting the power. The boys are being pulled into Glaive Adepts. Oh no, the boys. They get annihilated by the Adepts. What else can we do? So the boys are annihilated. Immortals are coming in from behind. LunaSea pushing further into the bases. And does take down the mineral line. Fun fact, Sigge's still ahead in probes. Sigge is still ahead in workers, by the way. That's how far ahead he was, at least when it came to the economy. And again, these Immortals, they persisted for so long. One Immortal! Yeah, one Immortal finally goes down to 2 versus 2. Reinforcements have arrived. More Adepts coming in. Force fields, they barely, do lock down one of the Immortals. Yeah, and Prime has too, LunaSea has too much. LunaSea has too much. GG gets called. He does wedge himself in between the bases, and LunaSea will take game number 1. Whew. GG. LunaSea does take a lead. Again, Sigge, unfortunately, he was unaware of the 2-base all-in. He was expanding, he was saturating. Remember, he was up over 20 probes compared to his opponent. Probes that didn't help. We pulled the boys towards the end, but again, they just melt against the Adepts. Unfortunately, the gateways were a little bit delayed. Warp pins were otherwise delayed as well because he was fixated on his economy when LunaSea was going all in. Yeah, he's LunaSea, pal. He's a lunatic. He's crazy. So with that, LunaSea does pop off with the all-in, and we'll see if Sig can recover. Again, Sig, he had a solid start to the game, defending against the aggression, claiming a faster natural, claiming a faster third, but maybe was just a little bit too greedy there. In the end, was punished for that, and now we're getting into game number 2. Let's go. Let us go. So jumping into that second game. And we'll see if Sig can recover, can bounce back, and force the ace match. Let's go. And also, I don't really blame Sig for going for the faster third base. Remember, we're on Maganath, or that was on Maganath. Maganath is the largest map of the map pool, long rush distance by ground. Longer games are more common there, but this is where you have to know your opponent as well. If you know anything about LunaSea, I mean, his name is, has multiple meanings, of course, you know. He is the Moon Sea, but also he's crazy. He's known for aggression. He's known for all-ins. He's known for quirky builds. Like, LunaSea is not the most standard of players. No, not at all, not at all. So there's a high chance that he will all-in, and here we go. We're now getting into game number 2, and spawning in the top right-hand corner of Leylines, we have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the Teal Protoss, representing among SC2 people, leading the series 1-0. It is LunaSea. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the red Protoss player, the Swedish Protoss, down in the series, but we'll see if he can bounce back and force the ace match. It is Sig. Or Siege. Let's go. Let us go. But again, LunaSea, like, we expect aggression out of him, so I don't, again, like, against a standard player, against someone like Geralt, someone like even Christiana, right, against someone that's more known for their mid-game, that's where going for a faster third like that, especially on a larger map, makes plenty of sense, and we can get behind it here. But against LunaSea, it's a risky thing to do, man. It's a risky thing to do. Speaking of risky, hello. So probe does move out across the map and is going to be hiding a pylon. So LunaSea going for a 2-gate opener back at home, does set up here across the map, throwing down a pylon. Now this does look like a prime location for a proxy Stargate to go for an Oracle into the main and get economic damage done. Otherwise, this could be a fake pylon, and we might not even commit to anything. Otherwise, this could even be proxy Twilight Council into proxy Dark Shrine, or something crazy like that. Proxy Robo feels a little bit weird. Proxy Robo would be for a 1-base all-in, but ideally you want the Robo in a position where you can reinforce a little bit easier to be able to rally Immortals into your opponent's bases. So this does look a little bit less like a Robo and more like a Stargate or a Twilight Council or a fake. Of course, Sig does probe scout. With this, he will count the pylons. He will confirm the pylon is missing. He knows. He's like, hold up, pylon is missing. The pylon should be somewhere here, as his own pylon is already, oh my god. Once again, Gates Hyper Expand, greedy build here out of Sig. He got away with it last game, and he should get away with it this game as well, because it is a proxy Stargate. So we do see an aggressive start here by LunaSea, bearing in mind, this is not an all-in. This is not an all-in. This is designed to get economic damage by rushing an Oracle into the bases. Now, Sig, remember, he knows that the pylon is missing. He knows that something is wrong. He knows that something is amiss. How does he respond? Once again, Robo. So Gate, Cyber, expand into Robo. This is the same opener he went for last time. And if you recall what I said, this opener is designed to shut down an all-in. So if LunaSea was going for a proxy 3rd gateway and a proxy 4th gateway and a 1-base 4-gate all-in, or a proxy Robo into Immortal all-in, then Sig would be blindly getting ready for that kind of situation. We can see that that's not the case though. He's going to be Oracle instead, double Adept into the natural, 2 Adepts taking 1-shot probes, and they take down the initial Adept. Does shade away, 1 probe does go down. At the same time, there's a safety shield by the main base that will keep this middle line safe against the Oracle. Despite that damage still being done, Oracle into the main, Adept as well, we're committing in. Yeah, he does commit, going for the stasis. Stasis does pop off. Nice reaction here by Sig, does pull away. Base out the stasis. 3 probes going to be going down. Did I say 3? Getting to 4, getting to 5. Probe kills. And 5 workers, Adepts, they do pop off. The Oracle doesn't get much damage, but the Adepts, they do. Adepts, they pop off. 6 probes going to be going down. Very nice damage here by LunaSea. And even though Sig got a much faster expansion, LunaSea does enough damage to equalize the workers. That's what's important here, is that yes, Sig, he was greedy. Yes, Sig, he got a fast natural base, but with that economic damage, now the game is evening up a little bit more. I say a little bit more. The natural is still not yet done for LunaSea, but I always go for it all. We're going into Glaive Adepts, Pappy. Let's go. Glaive Adepts going to be on the way here for LunaSea, throwing down extra gateways, so he's going to 4-gate setup here. And again, this is what we expect out of LunaSea. If you know anything about this player, our Korean Protoss here, he is known for his aggression. I would not have called this by any means. I would have expected like another Robo all-in, essentially. But no, rushing into Glaives of all things in this match. Crazy. Double Orc going to the bases, getting 3 probe kills, getting 3, ooh, getting up to 4. 4 workers going down. Nice damage here by LunaSea. With that, LunaSea does take an economic lead. And Sig struggling to defend. Bearing in mind, he doesn't really know what he's up against. He hasn't seen anything across the map. He has not gone for hallucination, not yet. Does move out. Now, this move out's actually quite nice. Back at home, what do we have to defend? We have a couple of Stalkers here and there. A couple of Vanilla Adepts are going to be warping in as well. Against an Immortal Sig, he can break through. He can get some damage done here. But there's a shield battery. Now we have an extra warping of Stalkers. 5 in total. Boys are being pulled. Does target down one of those Stalkers. Gets 1. Gets 2. He gets knocked down. Oh, he is knocked down by the probes. Nice defense here by LunaSea. Shuts down the Immortal. And with that, the aggression has subsided. With that, Sig can no longer push in. He was locked down across the map, getting more probe kills. You can see the Oracles being sacrificed to get as much damage as possible. The Oracle should go down. Oh, barely gets away. And here comes the proxy. How many gateways? Ooh, we have 5. We have 5 back at home. 1 proxied across the map, so it's going to be a 2-base, 6-gate all-in out of LunaSea with mass Glaive Adepts. We're just waiting for the gateway, waiting for the warp in. And again, Sig, he has to back off. In a head-on fight, I'm going to favor his main army. True, but he hasn't gotten another Immortal. I mean, it won't really help too much against Mass Adept. True. Mortals won't be as impactful. I mean, they have their place against these Stalkers, don't get me wrong. Also, did I say 2-base 6-gate? It's going to be 2-base... No, yeah, 6-gate, yeah. I thought this was a fresher gateway. Very good. No, yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. 7-gate. Okay, so 2-base 7-gate all in. But Epsay move that across the map. Then shaded to the bases. Here in the main, probes are going to be targeted once again, and here comes the Mass Adept here, or the Mass Army from LunaSea is rallying everything across the map. It's all or nothing. And once again, another 5 probe kills. Now, bear this in mind. This is a lot of economic damage. LunaSea doesn't really have a high probe count. He's not making probes because he's all in. Like, so killing these workers, it's good damage here, but what matters is going to be the main fight. What matters is this engagement. And here we go. Does shade past. Remember, there is a wall. Yeah, it does fully wall off. Ooh, what if they commit? Oh my god, that was a mistake here. LunaSea losing everything. Ay. Did commit to the shade, and so many Adepts go down. And a strong start here for Sig. Okay. Yeah, my attention. Oh my god, as the Oracle does pop up. 5 probes going down. But remember, LunaSea wasn't making probes. LunaSea was all in. Just now he starts probe production. And Sig, I favor his main army. Like, these Adepts, they do amazing when it comes to tanking, when it comes to harassing, but when it comes to a head-on fight, they don't scale well into a long game. I mean, that's why it's an all-in, right? They don't scale well as the game progresses. 3rd base now on the way. Here comes Sig, he does push out across the map. Adepts, they shade towards the mineral line. They do throw in the shade. Meanwhile, more probes going to be going down. Sig moving in. He does not have Blink. There we go. Blink just now finishing. Blink is now ready. Oracle into the main. Stasis going up. And Sig is pushing in. Does move in, but that's a lot of Adepts. Adepts, they didn't do amazing damage here, but I mean, they're going to be able to tank, and it's going to be enough to hold on. Yeah. So LunaSea, he will hold. Meanwhile, Sig kiting back. Behind this member, he has a 3rd base. It's almost done. More Adepts, they shade in. This time that was not worth it here for LunaSea. And not worth it to us, the 2 robes. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm really liking Sig's position. Like, Sig, he's in a really good place here, bleeding out a couple of Stalkers, but what's important, Sig, he's up in expansion, he's gonna be up in economy, up in workers, and he's gonna have Mass Blink Stalker against Mass Glaive Adept. In a head-on fight, Sig wins. Like, Sig, he does have the greater army here against what LunaSea has. Now, my concern, as we've been here before, is if Sig is too greedy. If Sig, if he does saturate too much, if he gets, like, I don't know, like a 2nd forge and double upgrade, and if he's a little bit too greedy, then LunaSea can catch him off guard. On top of that, with Mass Adepts, like, he can still go in between the bases, he can still cover the economy, and still recover as well. But there's no expansion, he's still 2-base all in. Yeah, he's still just 2-base all in here. but the immortal production is so delayed. Like, you can see he's trying to go for the same build he went for last time. Remember, last game, it was mass immortal, mass glaives, but here he only has one immortal. Like, he's not set up. He's not set up for it. It'll take so long to build up like a comparable immortal count, or a significant immortal count. It's just gonna take so long. And in that time, Sig is gonna be able to warp in more stalkers. He does find the proxy, does depower the gateway. Nice catch. Nice catch here from Sig. Up, sneaking under the Oracle. Oracle goes down. Nice pickup. Once again, dancing with the army. Picking up more adepts. Very nice trades here from Sig. Very nice trades. And again, this is going to be a delayed 2-base all-in, and that's the problem here. Like, we saw how well this hit last game in game 1, but this is just so delayed here for LunaSea. Outside of making a bit of a blunder here, like, Sig, he should be able to shut down this army. Assuming, like, nothing crazy happens, like they miss each other. Sig, he does find the army. Does spot the immortals. Base trade? Yeah, base trade. LunaSea turns back around. Yeah, it turns around here. Stalkers, they dive into the mineral line. We can just completely force field the ramp, or force field the entrance, forcing the recall. Oh, and we're kind of stuck in here with the immortals. Uh-oh. The immortals are going to town. Adepts are being cleaned up. Bit of a shaky fight, but nice target firing on the immortals. Immortals, they do fall. They're the first things to be targeted. And with that Sig, he has done it. He will overwhelm the natural. There's one immortal coming in. Just one immortal left. And with that Sig, he will take down the mineral line. 23 probe kills. Recalls back home. And remember, he has a third. Like, he has the economy to just chill. Just calm down. Keep warping in more stalkers. And the all-in never got across the map. Never got across here for LunaSea. Likewise, we have a slow lot run by. Let's go, the slow lots. Moving out across the map. And LunaSea just out of steam. He's just run out of steam, run out of army. This is the final push here for LunaSea. The final engagement that he can go for. And Sig, he's here to force the ace match. He's here to force game 3. Okay, does focus down the shield batteries. Does try to, diving on the immortal once again. And LunaSea, he's just run out of army. GG gets called, and Sig, he will tie things up 1-1. We are going to the ace match. Whew. GG. Here we go. We are going into the ace match, and we'll see how this story ends. Again, this could go either way here. Again, LunaSea, he was doing some decent damage early on, but alas, we did see the moment where he did overextend with his adepts. He did lose almost everything, and everything swung heavily in favor of Sig. And remember, the longer the game went on, the better it was for our Swedish Protoss, as he did have better upgrades, better economy, better bases, better upgrade, just better tech as well. LunaSea was on a timer, and eventually LunaSea tried to morph that adept all-in into an adept immortal all-in, but it was just delayed. It was a delayed setup. It was more of like a last chance, like Hail Mary play there for LunaSea. It was never the original intent to go into that immortal based all-in. The intent was to kill his opponent with Mass Glaive Adept earlier, and wasn't able to. GG, well played. With that, we're diving into game number 3. We're diving into the ace match, and again, do we go the way of Sig? Do we go the way of LunaSea? This can go either way. I do rate these players quite closely to each other. I actually do lean a little bit more in favor of LunaSea, but that's just because we've seen a little bit less of Sig. Like, Sig, he's still more of an up-and-coming player. He's still more of an up-and-coming player. He's still kind of rising through the ranks and kind of like, you know, getting his feet wet. What's the phrase I'm looking for? He's... He is still gaining experience, I should say. Still gaining experience. Let's go. So we're getting ready for our next game. He doesn't have enough workers to fuel 6 gates, or does he? I believe you do need full 2-base saturation, and I think you're correct. Like, he had, because he was undersaturated at his natural, if I recall correctly. I think with 6 gates it's okay. I think with 6 gates it's okay. For like 7 to 8, I think you would need proper saturation, but I don't know the math on it, to be fair. I'm just assuming that just off of vibes. What's Protoss's biggest weakness? Their biggest strength, papi. What do you mean? Just be like Hero. Bait them in, papi. Bait them in. Cutting a seed? Yeah, there we go. Yeah. I think that's what I was looking for. That kind of phrase. Yeah. You get me. But here we go. We're diving into our next game. We're diving into game number 3, the ace match here in Spawning in the top left-hand corner of Incorporeal. We have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the Teal Protoss representing among SC2 people. It is LunaSea. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the Swedish Protoss player. We have the Red Protoss. Tying things up, forcing the ace match. Momentum is on his side. It is Sigge. Or Siege. Go with Sigge. So now, we are moving out. Now, every game so far, Sigge has gone for the same opener, is what I will say. When it comes to a little bit of criticism here, he's going to Engage, Cyber, Expand into Robo every single game without fail. We'll see if LunaSea is looking to try to abuse that in some way. I'm not opposed to him going for the Stargate opener last game, but as we saw, Sigge also goes for a blind safety shield battery as well, so it does seem a little bit hard to really get too much damage done without committing to an all-in, to a proxy. Yeah, this time LunaSea, pylon blocking. Never mind. Oh, I had a position. LunaSea does come in for the pylon block, unable to. That is going to be a gate expand before the cyber core, so even greedier here. This is one of the greediest builds you can go for. You could go Nexus first, just straight up Nexus first. You know, shout out to Estrella. Estrella, he does that sometimes. But this was gate expand, just straight up gate expand, so very greedy build here by Sigge. Does get it down on location. LunaSea, he was unable to pylon block. I think LunaSea was expecting the natural base a little bit later after the cyber core, so was unable to block, unable to deter, and we'll see how LunaSea responds. We're expecting at least adepts. Second pylon in the main, no proxy. No proxy. Sigge does confirm as well, there is no proxy. And yep, double adept. So double adept on the way. LunaSea, his goal here, he needs to get some economic damage done to try to recover, to try to make up for his much later expansion. And yeah, once again, so gate, this time gate into expansion, into cybercore, into robo. So a very safe play, just what we said previously. Same thing applies here, where the faster robo is designed to shut down a one-base all-in. So if LunaSea would go for a proxy, would go for an all-in, then we'd have defensive immortals to survive that. So I'll be honest, I feel like Sigge, he's like a big MaxPax fan. I'll be kind of. I say kind of because MaxPax doesn't do this. He goes for Stargate play, right? He goes Gate Cyber into Stargate, then into Nexus. It's similar, but I would say this is much more safe. This is much safer here and less aggressive. Like MaxPax can get away with this kind of opener, but alongside it does go for the Stargate into Oracle Harass, into aggression across the map, alongside being greedy. So it's similar, but even safer here. So safer play from Sigge. It's similar in how economic it is. That's where the similarities start and end. I think is what I will say. Ooh, hello. Meanwhile, we do go for a proxy pylon. Now this is a later proxy pylon. What are we hiding? Are we going into a Twilight Council? That's what I'm thinking here. Proxy Twilight Council, potentially. Show us the council. Show us what you got. Oh, it could be a delayed proxy Stargate. True. No, yeah. That's why. Let's go. Proxy Twilight Council. What does this mean? This screams DTs. Dark Templar. So proxy. There's no reason to proxy Twilight Council unless you plan on proxying the Dark Shrine as well. So we're rushing into DTs now. I'll be honest. I'm not too fond of this. Like I like the aggressiveness and I like the build. Yes, but specifically, remember, Sigge. What did he open? He opened Robo. Remember, really fast robo every game, which means, as you can see here, fast robo means fast observers. there are games that, like in PvP, it's not uncommon. Jesus, that's a lot of depth. Oh my god. But in PvP, it is not uncommon to see a player go into. Oh, we can. Yeah, we're committing. Okay, we're gonna commit to Shade. We'll finish that short thought later. And let's say do try to bust in. So far, Siggy's keeping up. He's locking down the Adepts. Very nice catch here. Getting 1, 2, 3 Adepts already go down. Getting up to 4. Getting up to 5. Adepts say do Shade towards the middle line. They try to make their way in. Sig, he's late to pull away. Probes are even being pulled. Losing 2 probes, but Sig will hold. Now, what I was getting at here is it is not uncommon in PvP for a Protoss player to delay their robo after the third even. Like in a standard macro PvP, like you often do open up Blink, you go for later robos, and because of that, DTs can do critical damage, because in a standard PvP, the robo should be much later. Here, specifically, Sig has been opening robo every single game, so detection is not an issue. It never has been. Oh, he's going into a 2-way solo. Let's go! Going into Glaives, going into a Gateway Explosion, and Sig, it's his turn to go for the all-in. Now, how much detection do we have? Just one Observer. You can always recall by code if need be. The Arc Shrine is almost done. Proxy Pylon across the way, or across the map. And here comes Sig. Very nice force fields, locking down the Adepts, zoning away the Immortal. Locking down the Immortal, oh my god! The Immortal does go down, boys are being pulled. There's another force field. There's a Guardian Shield even as well. Yeah, we have defensive DTs, but remember, there's detection. The DTs do nothing. Yeah, they do nothing. They mean nothing. Specifically against Sig's opener here, like, detection's not a problem. He's got plenty of detection, plenty of observers, and with that, he breaks through. He breaks through the natural. And he breaks through. There we go. Takes down the pylon. Shuts down the Adept. Now across the map, nothing can be done. GG gets called, and Sig will take the series 2-1. He will advance on to the round of 16. GG. Whew. GG, well played. With that, Sig, he will claim the series again, almost like a blind counter. I don't even want to say a blind counter, because he had gone for the same opener every game. Every game, Sig opened fast robo, which means he had fast detection. So it was just a really risky move there from LunaSea, and I would say a kind of build the kind of style that would not work against Sig just because of how safe he is, right? Just because he opens up with such a fast robo and such fast detection and fast immortal production as well. So it was a cheeky build out of LunaSea, but specifically against Sig, it leaves much to be desired. GG. GG. Against anyone else has potential, but not against a faster robo like that. And yeah, with that, there's plenty of detection. GG will play. Sig, he will claim the series. He will advance on into the next round. But a shout out to LunaSea. LunaSea, he's a very entertaining player. He's always very entertaining to watch, and a very strong player in his own right, of course. Don't make me understate that. He's a great player in his own right. Here he does go down to Sig, but did make it for a fun series. GG. GG, well played. With that, Sig, he will advance on, and the question becomes, who is up next? Let us head on over here and catch up on the bracket. Let's go.